Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brother Minister Isaac Wilson Jr. coming to you with the part 2 of why is it so hard for some women to meet or find a good man. Why is it so hard for some women to find or meet a good man? Part 2 from the previous video. I tell you, it's been a battle bringing these videos to you because the information is so amazing and life-changing. And so I ask that you all just continue to pray for me, as God reveals knowledge and wisdom to me to bring and share with you all on these various topics that we encounter and face with today. So leaving off, continue where we left off at, where we talked about some women have it limited. Some women have limited selection of men, meaning either they have men that are out here who are in various categories or different situations. Some men are homosexuals. They have men that are bisexual, men that are in and out of jail, called jailbirds. You got some men who are unemployed, don't want to work. And then you got the men that are living at home with mom, freeloading, and so forth. There are some men living with their mom, not because they freeloading, but just to help out their mom who may be up in age. So each person's circumstance or situation might be different. Or even some men, are even taken, they're already married or in a relationship and so forth. So women are faced with all of these different challenges today as far as meeting or finding a good man, okay? And in God's word, it says, anyway, women, that your husband is supposed to find you. Your husband is supposed to find you. It says in the word, man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. So you're not supposed to be out here looking or chasing anyhow, women. Okay. Also, some women's attitudes or ways, maybe because of the experiences they may have had or encountered in life, or from maybe young age, or different hurts and pains and disappointments, may cause them to be a difficult person to get along with, or just to be able to deal with. A lot of men don't want to be around a woman who has a real bad attitude and is very disrespectful, don't know how to talk to people, don't know how to talk to men properly, or always cursing them out and stuff like that. Those are things that make it a challenge as well, and for some women. Also, just so with these challenges, some women have lowered their standards just so they can say that I have a man. They've lowered their standards a great deal and just take on any and everybody just to say that they have a man. Some women are buying men. Guys using them up just so they allowing guys to use them up just so these guys could be around them. Every time they get paid, there they are, popped up. There they are, abracadabra, they appear. Whenever you got some money or some kind of way or something that they can use or get out of you, there they are. Women. So some women have become so desperate that they have allowed some men to use them to that fashion, and so they don't mind spending money or giving these men money just so that they can have just to be in their company or around them. or just that so that they can say, oh, they have a man. Okay, so these are just some of the things that that will make it a very challenging thing for women finding a good man. Okay, let me look at some of my notes here as I flip through some of my notes I have real brief and we continue on. And in my notes I'm reading that if a man is really into you, he will be consistent in pursuing you. You know, he won't have to he won't have to beg him or be calling him up all the time. I'm asking him what he's doing. He may be seeking and finding out what you're doing or trying to get close to you. So women now have placed themselves in a vulnerable state by chasing men. These days, men have many options. You know, like I said, the ratio I believe is like 40 to 1 or 50 to 1 or something nowadays. As far as the women to men, the single women to men ratio goes. Next point is women have forgotten what separates the men from the boys. You know, women have forgotten what separates the men from the boys. Okay. Number one is communication. You know, you want somebody, first of all, women, one of the keys to any great relationship is communication. You gotta have communication. You gotta have be able to talk. You know, man, he wants to be able to have that woman who he can be himself around and just be able to communicate and talk and open up with without having a whole lot of misunderstandings or arguments all the time. Number two, being respectful, meaning women, you want a man that knows how to respect you and how to treat you, and who knows how to treat a woman. Number three, somebody that keeps it real, they're not fake or perpetrating or putting on masks that they're wearing or try to get you to believe that they something that they not. Okay. Number four, a good man, mature man, he's confident in himself. He's not insecure. He has not had low self-esteem. He doesn't try to control you, be like a control freak. A lot of men that have those control issues, most of the time they're insecure men, and those men have a tendency to be though some of them have a tendency to be abusive towards women. Okay, so you all keep that in mind. Be careful of those men who try to be like control freaks in every way. All right. Number five, good judgment, meaning that, you know, it's not getting drunk all the time and bringing endangerment to himself or to you, like getting high, getting drunk, or trying to hurt you or any of your family or kids or any loved ones. He knows how to make sound decisions. Okay, last but not least, number six, independent. He can stand on his own without an entourage. Don't need a whole crowd of people to be around him to be able to stand on his own. Okay? And just being able to go out and work and make an honest living and be a provider. You know, most women have always wanted a man with stability, who is stable and who's able to take care and look out for her whenever needed. You know, so some women now, well, like I said, some women may not require those things. You know, see, anybody can, can link up or find a man. But you want somebody that, you know, that's a good man, then you're gonna look for certain qualities and certain standards within that man. You know, a lot of times people have just hooked up with anybody, you know, and they really truly they're not happy. You know, they just got hooked up with somebody just to say, you know, that you have somebody, but truthfully down within your heart, you're not really happy because he doesn't have the qualities, or really he's not who you really want, or looking you're not into, you know. So you got some people that have met people and may even married some people who they really not in love with, and just hooked up with them for whatever reason on God's green earth. They just felt, okay, this my husband, or this my girl, or this my boyfriend or significant other, whatever. Just for the status of saying that they have or they with somebody, you know. So, you know, and it's also important for you women to realize that, you know, we need to understand what's most important to men. You know, what does he value? What's his morals and principles, and all of those things. You know, being able to relate to him and those things that which he values the most is something really that, you know, most men, they look for in a relationship. You know, and you know, it's why some men are just afraid or even scared to even deal with, you know, some females, because of some of them, he may feel that they have carrying a lot of baggage. They're not on the same page or same level, mentally, you know, physically, or mentally or spiritually, that they on, you know. And just most men, they want somebody who they know that's going to be there for them, and not so much of you know, not caught up on a person's outer appearance, even though that's a plus. You know, if if most men, they meet somebody that's good looking, and, you know, not only on the outside but on the inside as well, that's a plus. Okay, so a lot of real good men, they not caught up on the outer appearance, you know what I'm saying? Because at some point, we all know that, you know, you're not going to always have that good or great shape that you probably once had as you continue your time goes on that you've been with that person. So that's not what's meaningful, you know. Men, they want to know that not only through the good, but even through the bad, they want to know that, guess what, this person gonna be there for me through the thick and thin, you know. And so if you're not a person that's about loyalty or integrity, that's what most men, they look for. And some women need to understand that it's not about your shape, or you know, it's not about your appearance all the time, even though, you know, we are visual, we are attracted to what we see. All of that's fine and dandy, but things that are dear to our heart is whether or not you're going to be there for us, or you're going to stick by our side. You need, you know, God created Eve. She pulled the rib out of Adam from the side. That's his rib, you know. Somebody that's going to be there as a helpmate, a support, somebody that's suitable for him. So men, that's what men look for, somebody that's suitable for them, you know. So a lot of times, sometimes you got people that's not suitable for you, or you're not on the same page. So you got a lot of misfits out here. So some person, you know, if y'all don't see eye to eye, or not on the same page, then that's understandable. Just move on. But the thing that happens nowadays, you know, people meet up and get caught up on so much of the physical attraction and everything, and start, you know, involving in themselves in sexual relations and encounters and intimacy with people that it's hard for them to unravel themselves from the individuals, where there's a soul tie which involved, because you know, when you intimate or having sex with a person, you know, you merge, your spirits merge, you know. And so, you know, because, you know, God's word said it was meant for, sex was primarily meant for married people, for them to be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. That's what God said. That sex was intended for married folks. So if you're having sex and you somebody that you're not married to, that's considered as committing fornication, you know, which is, for God, He is not right. So, you know, that's why a lot of times that things don't work out, because we're doing things outside of the will of God. It's not correct or in order. And sometimes that's what causes the relationships to end, or they don't start off in a good fashion. Okay? So I hope this video is a blessing to you. And, you know, I will continue more, maybe with a part 3 to what we was talking about from here, if the Lord leads. Anyway, may God bless you. Have a great day, and may heaven smile upon you. Until we meet again, thank you.